Hey, everybody. Welcome to Tea Time at the Apothecary. I'm JQ.
I'm GQ.
What? No DQ?
No,
What's
it's DQ.
happening?
It's
What is
me.
happening?
The
T
meal.
is still out of town in Michigan visiting Grandma Carol, and he'll be back, I think, tonight, but GQ's taking over. Tea time take. It's a tea time takeover. How's it going, G?
Going great, dude.
I have Dexter with me. Look, hi Dexter.
Hi, Dexter.
Good boy,
Oh,
Dexter. Hi, buddy.
that's
We're taking care of T and Rachel's and Safi and Nola's dog.
I think we almost had a fight over who was taking care of him, but I let it go. I let it go real fast.
I think she was like, "Do I have to drive an hour or drive 1 minute?" I'm gonna
Yeah,
go with 1 minute.
that was easy.
He's such a good dog, you know.
Check it out. I'm drinking out of the the mug that your son designed.
Like 2 years ago, right? Like, so,
Yeah.
what is the quote? What is his quote?
I hope to get into outer space.
Yeah, I want to get into it too. I just like
Yeah.
it's more like as an interest. He wants to get into it.
I just love that at what he was like 3.5, and at school when he drew this, they asked him what it was about, and he said, "I hope to get into outer space." Those are his exact words. That's his phrasing. That's my favorite part about it. I hope
Uh,
I hope to get into outer space.
yeah, I like picturing it like I'm getting into Prince lately. You know, like something I'm getting into.
Oh, I was thinking of like I hope to get into Princeton or Harvard. I hope to get into outer space.
Oh, that's cool too. like like I would gain access to.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Pops is here. He says, "Proud of my sons, missing Anthony."
Ah.
Well, that makes one of us. Just kidding, just kidding. I like being yelled at. All right. Mary Josephine, hi, happy Monday. TQ is watching. What's up, bruh?
Yeah,
All right.
what's going on?
We're gonna talk. This one's gonna be, a little different because GQ is a little different. What are we drinking today?
We are drinking Stinging Nettle.
Ooh, Stinging Nettle, a classic, a tea time classic, also known as Urzica, also known as Kopriva, right?
Urzica Frunze, Urzica Dioka, and
Yeah,
Bresel.
Brennnessel is German, and
Brennnessel.
Kopriva, I think, is former Yugoslavian, right? What does it say?
That one I don't know.
It doesn't say on there?
No, it doesn't. It says Latin, German, and Romanian.
Oh, you got the old label. How long you had that tea, man?
Oh, this might be 8 years, 10 years
I was
old.
gonna say because I wrote the new labels that say Yugo colon
Yeah, dude, I have. This is the big one. This is the. I don't know how many ounces. The 6 ounce.
8, 6 or 8, yeah.
Six, and then there's also like the 2 or 4 ounce, 3 ounce.
3, yeah.
Yeah, but I have two full ones. So at some point,
You lost it and got another one, yeah.
no, I don't even know what it's for. I just know, like, opened it, smelled it, and both containers are totally full. And I realized that one of my previous women of my life who lived with me, one of was my partner, and like just had something medically going on that she needed stinging nettle,
Ah.
and we loaded up on it, and then the tea stuck around, but she didn't, so I got a lot of it.
Oh, hilarious.
So yeah.
Well, you know what? It's amazing. I've been the tea lady. I pack the tea in the canister, and you would not believe how much you have to push down to get 6 ounces of tea into that container.
Oh, it's there's
So it lasts for so long.
yeah. I'm gonna well now with these two containers, I'll have it for decades, but it's a good thing it doesn't really go bad because it's just dried leaves.
Yeah, do you have it's not, the only ones you have to worry about are the sweeter ones like goldenrod, chamomile, elderflower. Those ones
Yeah,
can get bugs cuz we carry only pesticide free. So
yeah.
those ones can get bugs.
Yeah, I checked my elderflower. It didn't have any bugs.
It actually doesn't get bugs. They don't have bugs when they come over. They have spores. And then if it gets too humid, the spores will like
Catch bugs.
hatch. Yeah, or
Yeah.
the eggs or whatever. Spores. I don't know if they're spores. Anyway, we got Jessica Rogers join. Eugene join. What's up, Eugene?
What up, y'all?
And Mama. Hi,
Some of
Mama.
the Boom Boom fam in the house.
Yeah, I know. The Zoom Boom room. Zoom Boom room fam.
Transition to tea time.
Very different vibe.
Yep.
But hey, Jackson. But stinging nettle is just the best. It is like
Yeah.
fresh. It's green.
That's it.
I
It's round.
It's amazing for. I just had like a weird, immediate. I'm glad we're drinking this. I had like an immediate allergy attack about 10 minutes ago,
Yeah, I heard it.
and then I took like 3 sips, and I'm like, oh, it's calming down now. Yeah, I'm good. It works so fast on allergies and on sinus issues.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel it in my sinuses for sure, but I didn't even I was like I purposefully didn't even look it up because it's been so long from that I don't know what it's good for, but I was like, it just smells bright and it smells like it feels like fresh cut grass and like fresh air. Like it's
Yeah, yeah. So we've probably talked about it before on Tea Time, but we can cover a few of the things that it's useful for. It's high in iron. It's a really safe way to get iron. We always talk about how teas are gentle and powerful, so it's like a nice way to get an action without having to worry as much about strong side effects that you get when you get an isolate or an extract. An infusion is gentle, but it still works very quickly because it's hot and it's just bioavailable. So.
Yeah. I always I always steep it for a long time too. Like at
Yeah,
least-
with these herbs, you can go. It's not like tea that doesn't get bitter if you do it too long. So it just gets greener and more.
longer. I like yeah. I'd say 12 minutes at least. Sometimes 15.
Oh wow, nice.
You know how
Yeah, Greta drinks this every time when she gets her period. She's like always just nettle tea, nettle tea, nettle tea. It's great iced.
I feel it in my lungs, like opening passageways in my lungs. Not that I feel like I needed them open, but just in general through this time, sometimes I have like breathing stuff happening. I don't know if it's something in the air or it's actually a lot worse in Los Angeles. So I'm assuming that there it's like the pollution in the air, but I should probably have this in LA.
Yeah, it is like it's nature's antihistamine essentially.
Oh,
So you're anywhere there's buildup or mucus, it's gonna dry it up.
that's awesome.
It's a tisane, right? Not a tea. We're using the general term tea to cover herbal infusions as well. We love the tea plant. There is only one of them as well.
Hey, TQ plant.
The tea plant. Jessica says she's making cold processed soap and a fighting cream at work. Wish I was having tea. Well, next time you can join us if you follow Tea Time, and then we usually post what we're going to be drinking ahead of time, and then you can join us for that cup or just have one at the same time, which a bunch of our crew does.
Nice.
I would listen to you reading the phone book if we still had those. Wow, well, thanks. I'm assuming they're talking to me because I have such a rich baritone. But anyway, yeah, nature's antihistamine. It's great for skin cleansing. So I've been taking this for years. I make a big jar of it. I keep it in my fridge and I just drink it iced all day long. It's great blended with holy basil.
Okay.
Half holy basil, half nettle is like a perfect combo.
Yeah,
You can put a little sparkling water and a lemon in that too. It's amazing. Nice green and bright. Great iced tea in the summer if you're looking for something without caffeine.
No doubt. I am.
If you're just joining us, we are the Q Brothers. We are two of three Q Brothers as usual, just not the usual two. We have I'm JQ. We got GQ. T is still out on vacation. T, G. I mean G. Talk
Yeah.
to us. You are talk to us about your uses of tea. You drink tea every single day without fail. And I know mostly it's a bedtime ritual for you. Can
It
you tell
is.
us about that?
It is. Yeah. Yeah. So, for many years, I have struggled with going to bed at night. For like probably, I'd say over 20 years, that's been like something that is
Like
just,
getting to bed, right?
yeah.
Or is
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
like staying asleep? Because there's a two
No,
different
no,
issues.
not staying asleep, getting to bed.
Yeah.
So, from like many years, many years, like the night hours were some of my most creative, and I didn't shy away from that. And I had a lifestyle where that was possible to maintain, where I could have the majority of my productive hours be between, say, 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. or something like that. But I find that these days, and in the past small number of years, that has really not been so possible with my lifestyle. And the more that I like to be up with the sun, and the more I like to go to bed with the sun going down. I suppose that means I would like to go to bed with the moon. So the more I like to wake up with the sun, I like to go to bed with the moon.
Jessica's saying, is that tea good for allergies? Texas is bad right now. Yeah, that's what we were just covering. So definitely pick up some stinging nettle tea. Greta will link it below. Also, Greta, if you could link up Dehist from Orthomolecular, that is a blend that actually I keep at G's house because it's a lot greener up there. And I live in a pretty green neighborhood. And it gets me every time I'm up there. And I keep the Dehist up there and Nettle that this tea is together. Excellent, excellent.
But also this, I don't know if this is still our price because this is a really old thing, but $7.50.
$7. Yeah, I don't know if it's still seven, but it's pretty close. It's
Seven
not much.
fifty. Well, this one was 750 for this 6 ounce thing the size of my head. Like this will last. This will last a long time. I'm pretty amazed at that. Okay, so the more that I like to, I basically I need to get to bed. I want to get to bed sooner, and so
It's nine now. It's $9 now. Just so you know.
okay, good to know.
But for a European imported pesticide free, can't be called organic because it's not certified. But
Yeah,
essentially,
but dude, if you go to any,
up to 1050. Okay, whatever.
you could buy like 12 or 16 tea bags now of something that would not even scratch the surface in terms of amount of this, and you're paying 550 at the store for it. Are you listening to me or are you reading comments?
Oh, I'm listening to you. I
All
agree.
right.
It's a grand value.
It's incredible. But anyway, so anyway, yeah, I use tea to go to bed at night, and even when we're traveling, I always bring some type of calming tea, right? So I really like the Yogi bedtime tea. That mixture is awesome. When I'm somewhere where I can't get that, just like chamomile is great. Seems like everyone makes some kind of sleepy time or bedtime or calming tea now.
For sure.
But the one that has valerian in it, I believe, always works the best. It's stronger.
A little, yeah. The valerian, some people are a little too sensitive to it. They get a little groggy in the morning, but for
Yeah.
people that can take it and or need it at night, it's got a little extra kick to knock you out, right?
And licorice is really good, Egyptian licorice. And then honey. I'm really big into using local and raw honey in my
I've
tea.
seen the 7,000 jars next to your sink.
Yeah, yeah. I like to try different kinds, but it lasts me a long time, and I don't. It I find that tea has a very calming effect. I mean, the honey has a really great effect on your sleep. So
Really?
yeah, you can actually take up to. I don't take this much, but something I discovered through a source years ago was you could take up to 2 tablespoons of honey at night, and it will greatly deepen the effects of your sleep. So you think like, oh, this is sweet, it's going to keep me up. Not true. You can do that before bed with honey.
Wow.
Don't know why, but you can. But I'll take like a teaspoon, and mix it up in my tea. But you know, it's like part of the calming ritual of going to bed is like an hour before, at least an hour before I want to be asleep. I stopped looking at screens, and I changed the lighting. Like I can't have any bright lights, and or if I do, they have to have like color gels or some kind of tint on them, or color bulb. And then the tea is just like I let it steep for 15 minutes, and then it's still really hot when I drink it. I don't like to drink it unless it's really hot. And so as I drink it, the drinking of it might only take 5 or 10 minutes, because it's not going to be the right temperature for me after that. But it within about 5 to 10 minutes after that, like I just feel this change in my physiology, in my mental state, and and then I'll do some stretching on the ground with like a foam roller, and like do stuff to my back, and like and then I'm able to get to sleep within moments after that. And so it's become a big deal for me, yeah. And part of the thing is, I don't like to intake anything without offering it up, without setting an intention, or there's many ways to put it, but basically without recognizing the blessing that it is to be able to partake in the ritual and have the actual medicine itself. So
I
I
mean,
like to
that's
apply
like
that.
kind of the point of this whole thing. Every day we do. It's like sort of taking a moment to recognize the ritual and share it with whoever you're with.
That's it. That's the beauty of it,
You
dude.
know?
That's a bit. I was thinking about that before we got on. Was like, it's really cool that, like, you're doing this, because it it really is about rituals are always about recognizing the present moment, and offering the present moment up or out in service of some kind, even if it's just by yourself. The the going through the ritual is what allows you to be of better service to your community, to your world, to any relationship, right? It's like self-care is the care of the world. So a ritual like this is a lot about self-care. And also I was thinking about, like, you have these I have these pictures in my mind of like Japanese business meetings happening over tea, or people in the people in life who are like, hey, you want to meet up for a coffee or tea? Like, that's different than like, hey, let's meet up for a drink, right? And not just in the
Yeah.
dating world. In the dating world, for sure, people are like, oh, you want to have a drink? You want to sleep with me? And they're like, if they're like, oh, he wants to have coffee or tea, he wants to get to know me, that's like these perceptions
Yeah,
that
but that's a
may or
good
may not be
metaphor
true.
for even on a friendship tip. Like,
That's what I was about to say. Outside of that, on the friendship tip, if my friend's like, "Yo, let's meet up for a drink," it means one thing. But if they're like, "Hey, can we meet up for coffee or tea?" I'm like, "Oh, what?" They want to talk about some
yeah,
creative
you
business
want to pick
venture,
my brain,
or
right?
like we're talking about art. We're talking about like starting a new business. We're talking about something. So I like that. I like that. That's the beginning of the language together. Is this ritual? So anyway, it's nice to share tea with you. Let's
Yeah, that's a
build. Let's
good
build.
outlook. And I like that. That's like a good reminder. Asking someone to share a cup of tea. We do it every day, and our little community on Facebook is awesome,
Yeah.
and they're great. But
Oh,
I
but
guess my daily challenge would be to everyone out there is ask someone else that doesn't usually do it, and share it with them, because it's a gift. Mom says when I was little, my mom Nani gave me a hot honey milk before bed. Yeah, I remember, Mom, you used to do it for me. So
yeah.
here I pulled up something. It's from a website of a place that sells raw honey, which you turned me on to,
Yep.
which I just bought a huge glass jar of at Harvest Time for $12 for 35 ounces.
What? What kind? What kind?
It's
Is that Wisconsin one? No.
It's German, I think.
Oh,
Raw linden honey.
nice. Cool. Anyway, that's all right. Just go ahead.
It says a teaspoon of honey before bed is just what the doctor ordered. The sweet liquid will restock the liver with the glycogen needed to prevent the crisis trigger from the brain.
Wow.
Honey's natural sugars also slightly raise insulin, allowing tryptophan to enter the brain.
So cool.
And tryptophan is the amino acid that
Yeah.
turns into niacin, which is like a B vitamin, and that creates serotonin, which produces melatonin, which puts you to sleep. Just
Yep.
in case anybody wants to know what that chain is. People tried taking all of those things in between, but a teaspoon of honey will do the trick, which is amazing, right?
Yeah. And careful because I've tried taking all those things and a teaspoon of honey, and you just get knocked the F out.
3 days later, he emerged with hair down to his butt. I don't know how it happened. The honey is magic.
The honey is magic.
Yeah, I wish I could turn my cam, but I can't. But I have like a laying Dexter. I ran him so hard today. He's just like, oh God.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
Let sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah, exactly. So literally.
Literally.
So I've got a couple questions. People want to know, and by people I mean mostly Greta. She wants to know what are your favorite products right now, particularly I guess during this period of pandemia, but also in general. What are some of your favorite products? They could be tea related or not tea related, but we just thought you have access to so many things and you have no skin in the game. It would be kind of cool to just get gotta have this
Yeah.
emergency kit, pieces.
Yeah. So like an hour ago, Greta sent me a little heads up that hey, we might ask you this. So I was like, I just took like 3 seconds and I just walked into my bathroom and I was like, this, and this. And then I was like, well, and then I thought if someone was like, hey, you gotta go, we're leaving for like 2 months, grab what you need. You can there's no room for toiletries except this. And I'd be like, all right. So I went immediately to toiletries. I was like, and that's what I'll show you first, because then I realized, wait a second, and the more I thought about it, the more I was like, maybe I would give up one of these things. If someone's like, you could take 5 things. I made a little game out of it. So I wanted stakes involved. So someone's like 5 things, because we have so much product.
Oh, thousands, yeah.
And we get a lot of it to try out and stuff. So I have a cabinet full of stuff that I don't use, but people come over and they're like, ooh, can I try this? I'm like, yeah, sure. Sometimes people are like, can I try this? I'm like, you can have it.
Yeah, please get it out of here. I have so much stuff.
I don't even know how I got it. But it's also awesome because people are like, oh, I just, stubbed my toe and I just did this thing. I'm like, well, I have hypericum and I also have Tramadol and I also have this stuff. It's awesome to have all that stuff, a mini pharmacy to help people with. But so this doesn't really change pandemic or not. I couldn't really differentiate because nothing.
Yeah, that's cool. That's great
for me in terms of that. But so I love this Parodontax toothpaste. It's something we grew up using, and we were using it. I always remember mom and dad saying, well, if we're taking homeopathic medicine for something, which we would be, then you can't eat or drink anything or brush your teeth for 15 minutes before or after. Unless you have Parodontax, then you can brush your teeth.
Ish. I mean, yeah. So Parodontax has a little mint, but essentially mint, according to a lot of homeopaths, aggressive mint can neutralize a remedy.
Yeah.
And so Parodontax does have a little minty freshness, but it's way, way down at the base. And it's not like a pudding crest or even Uncle Harry's, you know?
mint of fire mouth, and like,
Mostly a salty formula with like myrrh and
that's,
Britannia, right?
and it's really, it's like addictive. I mean, it's not addictive, but it's like it creeps up on you, and then like because then for a while I was just using it as like my nighttime one, because during the day I was like, I can be like minty fresh, and then at night I don't want that feeling in my mouth. But now I find myself reaching for it every single
Every
time I
time.
brush, and I'm like, I guess I really like the what is this is doing to my mouth. The other
Just
thing,
so people know out there, this is like a product that Dad brought in from Germany that is recommended. I don't know how they found out about it, but periodontists everywhere know about this toothpaste because it's for specifically gum issues, receding gums and tender gums, sensitive gums. And so that's how this it's also an excellent toothpaste, but that's how it got its name, at least in this country and in Germany.
yeah.
And then we were the only place you could get it. And so it kind of picked up this cult following. They also have like a concentrated mouthwash, I believe, too. I don't know if you have that.
I don't, but I will tell you that it's fluoridfreie Zahnpasta für gesundes Zahnfleisch. So
There you go. Yeah.
make sure you know that.
Fluoride-free toothpaste for your tooth health,
Yep.
for your dental
That
health.
für gesundes is
Health.
dental.
Yeah.
Zahnfleisch, gums, that would be like meat, like tooth meat.
Tooth meat. Your
Zahnfleisch.
tooth meat. Yeah.
Your tooth meat.
For the health of your gums.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. My tooth meat feels good. All right, so I love that. Germans are amazing. I mean, if you could name something, put meat in it, Germans are gonna do that, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
This will eliminate the need to bring so much other stuff.
That is not an inexpensive product. And when we first started selling it, it was like $28, and it was like a tough sell in the front of the store. Now it's like 42, and
Yeah.
people just still pick up 3 at a time. It's crazy.
You need so it's called goey oil, and you need so little. And I mean, this has lasted me at least 3 years, and it's still like half full. And it's multi-use. It's all over body oil. You can use it like basically the reason why I would grab this is because I could use it after shaving and not use anything else. I could put it in my hair and not use anything else. I could put it on my skin anywhere after showering and just not use anything else.
And the real key to not using a lot with that is making sure you're putting it on wet skin. So you really need like a pea-sized amount. And it is such amazing thick butter. You can read some of the ingredients, but you will understand every ingredient that's in there is like an actual plant,
Yep,
a
yep.
butter or an oil from a plant,
Yeah,
right?
28 plant, fruit, flour, oils, and butters. That's
Yeah, exactly.
that's what's in here,
Yeah,
and it's one of the best smelling
and
things
it smells
in the
so
world. In the world.
good.
I
I
mean,
know.
you put it on and you just go like this. You're like, oh my god, I don't want to go anywhere or do anything, but just smell myself like, oh, like it's just awesome.
I agree. I need one of those. I haven't had one in so long. So Dad says they do sell periodontics in this country, but it's a totally different one than the one from Germany. And we're currently sold out, so people will have to wait till August. I don't know if there's like a notify me, but there probably is on the website. And if not, you can shoot customer service an email and say like, let me know when the tooth meat toothpaste comes in.
And in the meantime, encourage your tooth meat to remain patient. There will be more.
Tooth flesh. My tooth flesh.
Fleisch. Okay, so the I keep coming back to this because we haven't created and put out our own deodorant yet.
Yeah,
But this deodorant, the Meow Meow Tweet,
I agree.
this like paste.
Paste.
What?
Pit paste, right?
It paste, yeah. I mean, it's baking soda free deodorant cream, and it's the only, and you just like a tiny little pea size thing or less. You just rub into each armpit, and it works the best, the longest. It doesn't irritate. Everything else, eventually, after a few months, seems to irritate my my armpits, and this does not.
So baking soda, the problem is like the first 6 months after you switch to a natural deodorant, the first 2 weeks, obviously you're like detoxing, right?
Yeah.
And you can speed that up with a trampoline or with Epsom salt soaks because they get your lymphatic system just moving, and so the initial detox will happen faster than 2 weeks if you bounce your calves on a trampoline
Yeah.
or soak in Epsom salts with grapefruit oil. I believe is like the best for that too.
Drain your lymph nodes, right?
Yeah, and so that'll speed that up. But once you're on a natural deodorant, a lot of people will be like, "Oh, baking soda works so good. It's almost like antiperspirant. It's amazing." And then 6 months to a year later, they get this crazy rash.
Ash.
Yeah, and so what happens is some people will be more sensitive. This may not happen to you, but eventually it is a real likelihood because of the way putting something like baking soda, which is so basic, what that does to what is called your acid mantle. And people can look this up, but you have an acid mantle that protects your skin. And when it gets compromised, if you keep rubbing something basic again and again underneath, eventually you're going to compromise your acid mantle and it's going to irritate. And your body's going to say, like, hey, don't put that here anymore, you know?
Yeah. So
So that's what that is, just so you know. It's called the acid mantle.
don't compromise your acid mantle. I don't compromise.
It's a pretty cool
mine.
concept, right? Like, the
Awesome.
body's so intelligent, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and I just want to read the ingredients: arrowroot powder, magnesium hydroxide, coconut oil, shea butter, jojoba oil, essential oils of sweet orange, grapefruit, lemon, and bergamot. Like that's
I know. And it's such a cool texture.
yeah.
And people like are like, I get people who are like, I don't want to rub my own armpit. I'm like,
Like,
why not?
do you wipe your own butt when you go to the bathroom?
I hope so. I hope
Yeah.
so.
Because if you're afraid of wiping your armpit, I don't know what else you
So,
do.
like, aren't you putting it on right after the shower?
I don't understand.
Like, it's a clean armpit, you know? Like, the fact, like, yeah, anyway. So, get over it. Your armpit is clean. And it's,
Probably an American thing. They don't. We probably should make armpit paper. You know, you wrap your hand in it to wipe on your natural deodorant.
probably plastic. I think a plastic glove that you throw
Yeah.
away each time.
Each time, yeah,
That would be very American, yeah.
yeah, made in the USA.
Made in China. That would be the most American thing, would have it made in China.
Yeah.
But Meow Meow Tweet, awesome brand. We love them. It is, I think it's a husband and wife from Brooklyn. They started making it in their apartment is how it started, I think.
Awesome.
Making deodorants and soaps in their apartment, and now they're an awesome, you know, like awesome brand out there that's much more widely available, and we love them and support them. They're great.
They're awesome. And then the one of the other things. So that's three. I got two more. I've always liked smelling good. I get it. I take this after my dad, but this Tabak Craftsman, it's so good.
That's a newer one from
Great.
Toronto, right?
Yeah, it's a newer one from Tabak, and it's I like having something. I have a couple special ones that are like higher end that cost more that I'll wear out for occasions, but mostly because you can't stand one of them and it gives you an actual breathing respiratory reaction. I can't wear it anymore because I spend too much time with you.
I'm sorry, dude.
That's all great, but it's this actually.
Gives you some of that without messing with me, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but also it's just Tabak is so classic. Even though this is a newer formula and a slightly different scent, like Tabak just reminds me of like childhood, like Sundays when our whole family was together, you know, and like
Yeah.
and
Abdul says, Pops says, it's the best.
it is, Dad, and you put me onto it. Thanks, and you always do to like the classic stuff that like doesn't break the bank. I mean, this is like 4 times the amount as one of my other favorites, and about 1/4 of the price.
Yeah, exactly.
like,
Also, like,
no
you
brain.
know, if people have tried Tabak, definitely like check out a sampler version of this because it is, and you think you know what Tabak is like. This is like It's like a modern twist on tobacco. It's cool.
Harassment. It's the hipster version of the old classic.
It is, and it does have like a nice little modern twist. It's only $38, which is
Yeah.
really, really value driven for a
For,
fragrance.
for 3.4 ounces for 100 mils. It's incredible. And you could still bring it.
That's TSA safe, yeah.
Yeah. I thought, isn't it 3 ounces TSA or 4 ounces?
They just say that so that people can remember quickly, but it's technically 3.4, 100 ml.
Yeah, 100 mils. So you can, because I've had no problem bringing this around. And this, you can't leave home without it if you're going for a long period of time anywhere, or even a short. Tincture of myrrh tincture. I mean, this is like a cure-all. This is like, gold, frankincense, and myrrh are the gifts that were brought to baby Jesus. This is one of them. That's myrrh. There's a reason why this was a big deal.
I don't know if they brought it in a myrrh. The rumor has it they did bring it in an amber Merz bottle, actually, too.
Yeah.
In tincture form.
And in this logo before Rachel recreated it and discovered it.
She saw it in a dream.
Yeah.
It was a prophecy.
Yes. So this also 1 ounce for whatever, $10 or something. Well, this has lasted like 6,
Yeah.
12, 15 years because all you do is like you literally just go like this and then you're like, oh, I have this like pimple here, or I have this scab over here, or like I have something on my gums, like a nick in my gums, or like
You mean your tooth meat?
my tooth meat might have a little gash in them from brushing too hard. Like this, dab it on, and then by at night in the morning, you would never ever know anything happened.
So that is so people out there know. First of all, we're doing tea time. This is GQ. I'm JQ. We're having like a little other brother tea time. And we're talking about myrrh right now. And myrrh actually is one of the major ingredients in your Parodontax toothpaste.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so it's for your tooth meat, as the Germans call gums. And
Fleisch.
and if your Zahnfleisch are receding and or you get cuts and sores in them, interestingly enough, we're drinking nettle tea, which is amazing for breaking down mucus. So this is a side effect of nettle tea at times, and any antihistamine, actually, is that if you take an antihistamine, notice this, if you're out there and you take allergy meds, or if you have a cold or allergies and you have to take a dehist, whether that is natural or whether that's herbal or non, what happens is you're taking a substance to break down mucus, right? So the mucosal lining in your mouth can also get compromised from that same substance. So if you take a lot of dehist or a lot of Advil cold and sinus or a lot of Zyrtec, you're gonna often, a lot of people get mouth sores from that. So if you ever get like one of those things next to where your gums meet your teeth, or in your cheek, there's a canker sore.
Those things are the worst. This is the best thing ever for them.
That's the best thing for it. Yep. It's the best thing for it. You can actually put it in a little warm water and swish it around the whole mouth as a daily rinse. It's great for gum health.
Okay, sure.
Bummer of this is, G, also backordered.
Jeez. So obviously I picked some pretty ill stuff, right?
And if anyone out there gets cold sores, me and G both do. Not often anymore because I think our diets and sleep habits are better. But there is.
This works for that too.
So when it actually, after it's been a blister and it opens up, this is intense. I'm not going to say it's not.
No.
But if you put it right in there, it will burn so bad. You will like, and have to run around the bathroom like punching something like
Just
a
the
pillow.
bathroom. Just the bathroom. And you have to have a pillow in the bathroom.
Yeah, you must bring a pillow. You have to.
You gotta run around the bathroom and then punch a pillow. I was like,
Yeah,
here's
I
what
was
happens.
picturing like running around the bathroom and then jumping into your bed and then punching the pillow while it continues to burn, which is what I usually do.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna bring a
and then-
pillow to the bathroom though.
But it will burn it out, and then you don't have to like touch it, and you just let it. It dries it out, you know.
Yeah.
And
It'll-
then you're just dealing
it'll-
with a
it'll
scab that has to
It'll
heal.
scab, but you want it to scab early and be done with. Like that's then you're just healing the scab, not the sore, right? The sore is
Yeah,
done.
exactly. You want to get the infection out and kill it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You can get, we do carry, just so if people do want to try it, we can get it as, we have it from Herb Farm, which is also awesome. And I love their tinctures. So
No, I've never tried it.
if you still want to get it, we have it. It's just we don't have the Merz brand one. But Herb Farm makes amazing stuff, and I actually really trust their sourcing for herbs. They're incredible. Their echinacea, super echinacea, is like the best on the planet. Their Viratac, if you've never tried that, is amazing. So if people are dealing with pandemic, and if somebody actually gets it, Viratac is an awesome blend that they have that tastes so gross. If I were a virus, I would wither up and die
Ah,
in disgust.
yeah. And for you to say that is big because we grew up tasting
Because
everything.
I drink Myrrh, yeah.
I mean, when people are like, "That, ew, that smells gross," I'm like, "What? What does gross smell like?" Because like that smells like a plant to me.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
I kind of like it.
I know. And in a pinch, if you have Swedish bitters, you can use that has myrrh in it.
Yeah,
So you can use that
I've used
for
that.
gum health. You can use it for canker sores.
That's another elixir. You can use it as a compress on an internal or external wound or something going on.
If you're using Swedish bitters that way, then on the skin it will burn because of the alcohol. So what you want is
I
to
leave it.
put a calendula ointment down first.
Yeah.
Okay. Abdul is saying he'll figure it out. Anthony says we do have myrrh. So I think it's just they just need to pour a few more bottles. So ours is available.
Yay! That's the stuff.
Somebody's got to go into the computer and say we got more.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome.
Cool. That's your emergency kit. Goey oil, myrrh, parodontax, tobacco, craftsman.
Yeah, I like to. Yeah, yeah, I like to stay healthy and smell all right. So, if
Clearly double like to take care of your tooth meat.
yeah, and that wasn't always the case. Maybe in my old age, I'm just getting wiser about tooth meat care. And the other thing, that's not a toiletry of any kind because
Because you're a groomer, let's be honest.
let's be honest, is the new chapter one once a day, right? This one says 55 plus because that's the one T grabbed me the last time I asked him. I don't need this one, but
Hey,
it hurt.
you're not too far off, pal.
No, it can't hurt. A little extra saw palmetto ain't bad for you.
A little prostate health, I'm sure it's fine for you.
Yeah. So new chapter one a day is like why not? If you can fit that, just take a one a day. And new chapters, I love their vitamins so much.
Yeah, the vitamins are great. You can actually, I would recommend that people, if you've taken vitamins and you aren't doing it right now, or if you're taking a vitamin, take a break for like 3 or 4 days,
Yeah.
because vitamins are one of those things that you don't notice what it's doing. You notice what it's not doing.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, like things for your blood sugar, things for your thyroid, things for your blood pressure. You know what they're doing because those feelings are very obvious to us.
Yeah.
You know what low blood sugar feels like. You know what high blood pressure feels like, right? But we don't have an internal barometer for what getting good whole food vitamin nutrients in every day consistently a little bit is like.
Yeah, it's true. It's really true. And I also recommend just not just to find out what it's doing, like take the break to find out if and how that's actually working, but anything that you take that you're putting into your body on a daily basis, there should be breaks. Like your body should work. If those things are working, then your body should be working on its own as well. And you want to train your body to recognize how to work on its own. It's great to have the extra help, but it's really great to just make sure you're taking care of your overall health by eating and sleeping and moving right, so that you don't actually even need those things. Those are all supposed to be, they're called supplements.
Yeah,
They're not a thing. They're supplements. They're supplemental to your health. You are your health, you know?
yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's good to know what they're doing. I would say with the vitamins, with the whole food vitamins, like our food just generally isn't what it used to be, and it's really hard to get food of the quality because of just the way our farming industry and everything is Roundup ready, and it's just a mess. And there's been like 80 documentaries about it. So it's good to find a supplement that you can take really on an ongoing basis for that particular thing.
Yeah, and especially when traveling, because then you can't get the things you're used to getting. That
And you tend to kind of cheat a little more on what you are eating because you're like, I'm eating out. This is what they had. This is the best I could do. And you got to forgive yourself and do the best you can.
Yeah, yeah. Or you're in a country where they don't have greens like we were for like months at a time.
You know what? People gave Serbia a bad rap, but Serbia crushed it, dude.
Yeah,
We
Serbia was
ate better in Serbia than, no offense, than we did in Germany. By far.
yeah.
You know?
Except for
No
that time,
offense to the Germans.
except for that time when you and I went to that in Neuss, the farmers market, and had some of the freshest local.
Yeah, that was a great day. You're
We
right.
built a meal out of like radishes and like every all the green, everything was so bright and so.
Yeah, yeah. That was awesome. Mary Josephine saying, what's the difference between a tincture and an essential oil? Essential oil is the thing pressed till you get oil out of it. A tincture is soaked in either a glycerin, but usually in alcohol. You can make a tincture. You can make a tincture from our herbs. If you wanted stinging nettle in a tincture format for your allergies, you can make it yourself. I would recommend you look online. We'll come up with a formula and show you. But we can follow the formula I did to make our Ramsons or bear garlic tincture. But you get a clean alcohol. People can use a whiskey. You can use. Most people choose a vodka because it's just the least tasting. But you want a higher proof will take more out. Most of it's done in the first, believe it or not, 20 or 30 minutes.
Wow, awesome.
And then if you leave it in there for a day or two, you get the rest of it, or even a week. You got to look up online. But yeah, you can make a tincture. Tinctures are great, and they work faster because alcohol goes right into the bloodstream quicker. And if you put a tincture under your tongue, where all your blood vessels are, it will go right in, right?
Like into your bloodstream, yeah.
Yeah. The other thing we wanted to do, G, we wanted to play a song, right?
Sure. I kind of forgot. What song? What have we got?
Oh, someone's asking about tincture and extract. Oh, T's saying explain the difference. Okay, all tinctures are extracts. Not all extracts are tinctures. G, what is that like?
Squares and rhombuses.
Right.
All
in this
squares
case,
and rhombuses, but not all
in
rhombuses.
this case, tinctures are the squares. Extracts are
Are
the
the rhombuses? Yeah.
but not
Are the
all
rhombi.
are squares. Therefore, tinctures are a subset of extracts. Tincture is a concentrate, herbal extract that dissolved in alcohol solvent. Extract isn't herbal extract. Dissolved can be dissolved in a water, vinegar, glycerin, etc. Anything else.
Is plural rhombuses or rhombi? Do you think?
I would imagine that is
Rhombi.
Latin, so I would say rhombi or rhombuses would be.
Rhombi. Extracts are the rhombi. That's the name of the next track we make together. Extracts are rhombi.
Extracts are the new rhombi. Okay. By the way, octopus is not one of those. Just so you know, octopus is a Greek word, and the plural would be octopodes. If anyone is wondering and wants to challenge me, I accept.
Is octopodes Poeds or
Podes.
Okay.
Octopodes. Otherwise, that would be octopeds. Because OE is like encyclopedia.
Oedipus. Oedipus.
I was gonna play a song from your newest album, buddy.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah, you can play whatever you want.
Okay, all right is my jam, right? All right. I'm gonna
Yes.
myself so it doesn't feedback. You let me know that it's loud enough and just give me a thumbs up or down, okay?
Okay.
This is Okay, all right from Javid Music Party on the Amalgam album. Feel free to go stream that anywhere. GQ is the man, and this song is my jam.
Thanks. I don't hear anything.
1 second. Got it.
Silent jam.
If you ever left me, I would be okay. If you had to go and pack it up and leave today, I would be alright. I would be okay. If you had to go, if you had to go. And if I ever left you, you would be alright. If I had to go and pack it up and leave tonight, you would be okay. You would be just fine. If I had to go, if I had to go. It's true that I love you, that's a fact. I might even miss you, you might miss me back. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't walk a different path. And what was before that made us cry can make us laugh. Isn't it grand? It's rather beautiful. Your hand in my hand, it's time to let it go. If you ever left me, I would be okay. If you had to go and pack it up and leave today, I would be alright. I would be okay. If you had to go, if you had to go. And if I ever left you, you would be alright. If I had to go and pack it up and leave tonight, you would be okay. You would be just fine. If I had to go, if I had to go.
Yeah, buddy. I love that song.
Dude, thanks so much.
It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. I want people to, if anyone's watching, that your peeps come follow Tea Time, right? And if anyone's following Tea Time, please go to @Javid Music Party and go follow him. Me and G do a tag team DJ set every Saturday night. You can see that on Twitch at twitch.tv/JQ Makes Beat.
Yeah.
G's Facebook page, so go.
Yep.
Although we usually get booted from that, so
It lasted like an hour and 10 minutes this past time. I just checked before.
Danny McHugh sends love, lots of love coming in from anyone during this, from everyone during the song.
Awesome.
Mom says yay.
Hey, Mom, thanks.
Beautiful song. It reminds me of like LCD Sound System. I love that song.
Oh, cool, dude.
Just
Okay,
like
cool.
has that like driving sort of distant pensive build, and it's just like,
Yeah.
oh, it's like the most happy sad best thing ever.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. They're definitely a huge influence on me for sure.
Gee, you do like, you are a highly spiritual, awesome human being that and this group of people that our community that we meet with every day at noon, we're like we're like a really cool little group of people, and we like to give each other little like nuggets of stuff. So what was your sort of today when you woke up? What was your
Thing?
thing that you wanted to focus on today? What was your intention for the day? And maybe you could share it with us and we could share that same intention.
Yeah, yeah. Today it is about the fact that you're never alone, that you're never walking alone, that love is always with you, and we are always with each other. And so it's it's always there's one ultimate purpose and one will and one goal and one love. And so when we keep that in the forefront of our consciousness, then we can never be lonely. Like whether there's people around us or not, it's simply not true that we could be alone. So that's my idea for the
Those
day.
are great words for this time in the world and for anyone to remind themselves. So thanks, G.
Thank you, dude. I love you so much.
I love you too, brother. I will see you soon. And everybody out there, thanks for joining us. This
Yes.
was really fun.
Yeah, love you all too.
Join us again anytime. The Q brothers would love to have you back.
T says that. Did you just jag that from T?
No, I just wanted to say it to you because you're a Q brother. So,
You said it with his face, so I thought you were doing like a T line to close out.
uh,
No, not his face.
that's my face. All right. All right, love you all. Peace.
you
Have a
too.
good one.